Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. This is going to be a very short stream. I just want to. I'm just kind of thinking if I should actually do this game or not. Um, and I thought, okay, why not? Why not stream thinking about it? Maybe I will like actually remove this video forever at some point. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna go. Um, so okay, let me begin. Actually, I don't have any plans written yet. Yeah, maybe I should. Lim space. Dot to do. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna begin, and I don't know, this is gonna be like a 20 to 30 minute stream. I don't know yet. But I have to wake up early tomorrow, so I don't want to be up too much. Okay, let me start. So, hello everyone, welcome back. Just open a new project here. I want to make a little space station survival game. And a kind of like a realistic zero gravity space station. That is why I have this image of this image is from the Mir space station, by the way. And you can see how much how limited the space is in it. Like with a lot of garbage, and yeah, and this is what I kind of want to make. This is how I want the game to feel. Like it's super cramped. There's so much stuff, and you kind of have to like navigate through this. So yeah. Space station survival. Well, I have to make it like this. Okay. So, what am I gonna need? Well, first, I'm gonna make it in Godot. I think. Well, first, let's see how I can make a space game in it. Okay. So, cramped space station. And what's the goal? What's the goal? Well, the goal, I was thinking, should be to... Perhaps there's an accident that happens. Maybe there's a fire on a space station. Fire. And because it's a fire, you might, there's like a cutoff from, yeah, by the way, yeah, let me go into this. I just did a little bit of a doodling. So yeah, like space stations in real life, yeah, I just gathered a few references. Since I don't have, what's the name of it? PureRef on this computer. I'm not using PureRef. I'm just gonna scroll through the images like this. Basically, I have, yeah, this is how a space station looks, and I am thinking about this kind of like a more 80s style, analog, huge computer screens, that can fill up the space. Less of an ISS and more of a Mir space station. That's what I'm thinking about. That's the aesthetic. And yeah, so space stations, they're composed out of, depending if what type of the space station is, but for modular space stations, like Mir was, it's composed out of modules, and this is one, this is another, this connection between the two of them, that's actually part of, I think, this one, because this is the core. No, that's not the core module. Wait, which one was the core module? Maybe it's this one on the bottom. I'm not sure. And this is the Soyuz. This is the space station. The spacecraft. that can dock to it, and yeah, that can take people to orbit and back home from orbit. And yeah, so I kind of want to have a spacecraft as well that can move between different modules that you can dock into different places. So I'm thinking here, I was just thinking out loud in the Excalibur. But yeah, let's say that you have a few modules like this. They're tubes. And yeah, you could have like this ball module, which connects multiple pieces. And, you know, in the case of Mir, there was just like, yeah, this was the shape of it. But I don't need to have this shape. I could have more modules. Maybe I can have another ball here. But maybe that's too much. And at some point, you might have like your spacecraft, a Soyuz in my case. Well, Soyuz inspired. And yeah, let's say that this is the spacecraft. I should have drawn it with a different color. Too late now. No, wait, can you actually change colors by selecting? Yes, you can. Cool. Okay. So like, I don't know, let's say that you're here, right? You start in a space whoops. You start in one module over here. That's you. You're floating. And the fire breaks out, I don't know, in this one. In the ball. Well, this is actually bad because then you can't have access to anything. But let's say that you close the latch. There, yeah. By the way, when you have like a docking system, you have two latches, right? You have one side here, and you have another side here. And there's usually one latch on one side and another latch on the other side that can open like this, right? And basically you have to close the one side latch and the other side latch. And yeah, and let's say that you close the latch, fire doesn't break in, but now how do you move into other modules? Well, you can go into your spacecraft. You can fly it around, right? You can fly it to another thing and dock to the other port. And yeah, I'm thinking about having some kind of a puzzle like that, where you can like drive around your ship. And I'm thinking that perhaps I should, well, yeah, that's already a lot, because I need to create this zero-G locomotion. I need to have some kind of spaceship controls. I need to have fire, right? I need to know that the stuff is not working. And maybe, yeah, the way you suppress the fire is maybe you need to evacuate air from here. So I would need this pressure system as well, to know what pressure it is in each of the air modules. I've already done a similar thing, by the way, in that I did some kind of a low res. What was it? Oh, it was HPS1 jam, where I implemented pressures. But it was like an underwater facility, unlike space. So yeah, if you can like evacuate the air somehow from another module, maybe that's possible. But then also you need to communicate to the player that that's how you do it. And by the way, I was also thinking like, well, you need to have a spacesuit as well somewhere, right? You need to have a spacesuit which you can take outside. This is the spacesuit. But then I'm thinking, okay, let's scope down. Let's not have spacesuits So let's say that you can't access the spacesuits at all. So you need to use your spacecraft. You need to dock to other ports, and that's it, and do some like puzzles inside. So the interaction might happen through switches, different switches, maybe some valves for pressure. Let's say, okay, interactions. We're gonna need some interactions. Flicking switches. Flicking switches. Also, closing and opening doors. Then I'm gonna need some, yeah, a spaceship. The spaceship. Docking. I'm definitely gonna have docking and also controls. That's one thing. And for that one, the spaceship is going to be a giant rigid body that I'm gonna move around. So I need to make sure that it is a rigid body. And what is exactly the goal of the game? Well, I have no idea. Let's say that maybe you need to contact Earth or something, and the radio is over here, right? It's like this is the radio here. Contact Earth. Well, why did I draw it with red? Like, yeah, here's the radio. There's an antenna. Contact Earth. Well, let's draw Earth here. There you go. Beautiful. Yeah, and you get cut off and you need to contact Earth. And that's where the game ends, maybe. Well, there should be a reason why you're not gonna deorbit yourself. Maybe the spaceship is damaged or something. I don't know. But I was thinking there could be because there are docking ports between each of the modules. I'm also thinking about maybe having some puzzle where you need to detach an entire module. Like you detach here, you know, instead of, yeah, let's say you go into the spaceship, right? You detach this one, and then basically what you have is you have a spacecraft, your spaceship. Let me just redraw it. Beautiful solar panels. This one that is now attached with the module, and now you're flying around, and maybe you can reattach it to somewhere else. You know, let's say you're reattaching it over here. So then later, it becomes something like, you know, there is a module now, and your spaceship is here. Terrible draws. Terrible drawing, but yeah. But yeah, I actually wanted to try if all of this is actually possible in Godot. So I'm gonna actually create a new Godot project. Let's see. Where is my Godot? Where did I put it? I put it somewhere. I just installed it and tried it, by the way. So I didn't have it even installed. There it is. I am using the mono version because I'm thinking, you know, maybe if I ever use Unity again, I might actually reuse the C# code. You know, if I use C#, I can reuse the code much better than I can with if I did GDScript. Let's call this lim space. Okay, so new thing. I'm gonna have the same path. Can I copy this one? Can I actually use the path? Select current folder. Say it's not empty. Choosing an empty folder is highly recommended. Okay, what if I... Okay, I'm gonna try to use forward plus. This is, by the way, Godot 4. You're in a non-empty folder. The entire contents of the will be important as project resources. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. Okay, let's make a new folder, and I'm gonna say limspace Godot. There we go. Select current folder. Okay, so here we go. We have a sun. We have a horizon. We can move around. WASD, that's good. Let's make a 3D scene. There we go. That's the game is done. Okay, let's see. Let's do some... Yeah, by the way, I did... No, nothing. I didn't want to say anything. Instance. Okay, let's try making like a cube or something. Yeah, the way that this works in Godot is like you have a mesh, but you can create a new mesh. But the mesh is not really... it's not an asset. In Unity, it is kind of like a built-in mesh, which you draw from the resources of the engine. But this thing actually procedurally creates a box, which is nice, but actually you can very easily make a mistake by creating new boxes all the time and not reusing the same one, which is a little bit of a... I think it is a little bit unclear when you start, because yeah, that was like it took me some time to figure that out, because this asset doesn't exist anywhere in your file system. This asset is actually part of the scene. It gets saved as a scene, but you can make it a resource somehow, like this, local to scene. Oh, yeah, I can't remember, but how do you actually export? There is a way that you can export this as there it is. Make unique. No. Aha, you go save. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, and then you create it as a resource, and then it will link it as a resource. So yeah, that's a little bit of a different approach than Unity. So for example, when you have a material, is this a material? Surface override material. No, the material is here, but it's part of the engine. Is this? Okay, why does surface material exist? Ah, surface material. No, that's... Okay, I'm confused. Why is there two materials? There's material as part of the mesh, and there's material as part of the object, I guess. Okay, so if I say new shader material, is that going to work? So yeah. Well, you would... Yeah, this is the weird thing for people who know Unity, because you would expect that material lives somewhere in the project files. But actually here it lives in the object itself, like in the scene, until you say save, and then you save it as a resource. So you say, I don't know, default material or something like that, and then you can actually edit it as a material. Shader. Well, how do you make it use a normal shader? Do you have to make a new shader as well? No, I don't actually want to create a new shader. I just want to change the parameters, like the color. And I don't know how do I do this. New standard material, and this is... What did it say here? New standard material. No, it's the same thing. This is a graphical thing, for sure. Okay. But anyway, I wanted to try. So one of the things that would be super cool in this game that we have here is I want to try its procedure, like its real-time global illumination. And because Godot has a built-in global illumination real-time using voxels, and it is somewhere hidden inside because right now it doesn't have it, obviously, because if I block the sun, the shadows are just, you know, nothing special. Like if I would block off the sun, it would be like, you know, it would have some better global illuminated shadows here, but that doesn't happen. The good thing is that the same shortcuts are in the Q, W, E, R. Those are the standards with multiple softwares, including Blender, and oh no, Blender is not. Blender uses G and rotate. Yeah, I forgot that. Yeah, so and now I need to remember how do you actually change the shaders. Yes, this is how you change the sun. Oh yeah, the sun is also part of the scene, which is funny, which is really strange until you add sun to scene, so you can actually detach it from the scene data here. Okay. Oh yeah, add environment to scene. I think this is post process. Oh, GI, there it is. Look at that. It is actually, there it is. So we have some real-time GI now. We can also add ambient occlusion. And it is actually progressive. So it will change over time, but you can see that the inside between these two boxes now are black, which is pretty cool. And the reason why I made this tube is I wanted to test how it works inside, like in a sort of imaginary space station. So let's add this tube. If I just put it in here, that just copied it inside. Yeah. So yeah, I don't actually need to have a duplicate GLB, I'm pretty sure. Okay, let's add that. Oh, nice. Okay, we already have the tube. But for some reason everything is moving. Okay. So how does the tube perform when it encounters the sun? Okay, let's put it horizontal. Is there any light leaking happening or not? I wonder. Can I have... Is it possible to use local? Okay, where can I type in a transform as well? Yeah, there it is. Rotation 90. Okay, if I put the tubes like this, there should be no light inside, basically, because it's blocked. But yeah, the thing is that the voxel GI has some minimum voxel size, right? So it will leak light. But this seems like it kind of works, except when it comes to here. Then you can see the ghosting from the outside. I wonder... Okay, let's see. No main scene. Can I run it in... Okay. Let's call this main. And... Okay. Godot is happening. And there's nothing. There's nothing because I probably didn't put a camera. Uh, camera. It's kind of weird that it doesn't give you any camera in the scene. Okay. Can I actually... preview. Let's see. Cool. Okay, let's see how this looks like in game. I wonder if it's going to be different in GI. Oh, look at that. It's completely gray. Maybe it's not... It doesn't understand the environment. It doesn't... It's not attaching the environment. Yeah. Interesting. What does it see from here? Wow. Okay, let me actually put the environment in the scene. So if I go here and I say add environment to scene, then we have the environment. Okay, is that going to change anything? Oh, yeah, that actually changed everything. So yeah, there is still light leaking, but let's see from the inside. Oh yeah, by the way, I think that the camera is going to update the position. I don't need to do this. Let's see if I can actually... Oh yeah, it does update, which is cool. You don't need to implement movement. So it is actually darker in the game slightly. Let's try to modify if I can actually reduce the voxels. Can you actually reduce the voxel size to make it completely dark? Yeah, maybe it's the sky that is messing it up. Okay, let's make it a space environment first. So I'm just gonna kill the sky. Ambient light. There's far more properties here than in the little drop-down menu there. Tone map. Let's go with ACES. Now it's darker. Source background. That makes sense. Procedural sky. Ground. Let's make it a ocean colored. So that's more like Earth. Horizon. Yeah, let's see the sky. Can I make it black? Black. Horizon. Black. Okay, maybe I can reduce the horizon. Oh, not the sky. Curve. Oh, this is pretty cool. Oh wait, I can actually create like a fake Earth horizon. This actually looks kind of cool. Okay, if I make the horizon white, well, you know, there's no curvature, but you know, it's a flat Earth. We all know that. And now I can actually... Oh, wow. This actually looks surprisingly good. Yeah, look at there. We have Earth from space. Oh, the sun is awful. The sun is terrible. Can I... Oh, wow. There's so much tooltips. Overload of tooltips. Okay, can I make the sun look less terrible? Okay, there it is. Okay, make it tiny. Curve. What's the curve? Does the curve and the space don't really change anything? I wonder if I can make it shine with like a bloom. This looks surprisingly good. But yeah, the oh, and the GI actually looks a lot better in the actual game, which is surprising. Let's see how it looks like from the outside. Nice. Wow, this actually looks pretty impressive. The real-time GI is pretty cool. Okay, let's make a little porthole in the tube. So I'm gonna make. Yeah. By the way, did I actually use proper dimensions? 4 meters. I think they are 4 meters in real life as well, or 4.5 or something. I think 4.5 was the space shuttle modules, like the modules that actually fit in the space shuttle, if I remember correctly. Like, yeah, 4.5 in diameter. I remember correctly, but I think the mere core module radius is like smaller. 4 meters in diameter. Oh my god, I got it right. Accidentally. Okay. Well, it was not accidental. I did actually know it. But I mean, I didn't know specifically of the mere core module. Okay, and what's the actual size of this? It is 4 meters. Let's actually make it 2 meters so that I can make multiple modules. Oh, like this. Okay. And what's the actual inner circle? Oh, I don't know. Let's make it precise. So I'm gonna remove that, and I'm gonna make an inset that is. Why is it not giving me any information? What does it say? Snap invert, snap toggle. Okay, if I say 0, 1, that's the size of it. Okay, let's go with, if this is 4 meters, if I go to 0, 9, that means it's 0.2 is the thickness. 0.95. Let's go with that. But maybe this is too thick. So this is going to be 10 centimeters. Is that going to be enough for the GI? I wonder. You know what? I just realized that I can actually just resize this approximately. Like this. Yeah. There. And what I want to do is, well, let me shut this down because it's heating up the computer. I want to make a piece with a porthole. How am I gonna do that? I'm gonna use Boolean. And by the way, what's the... I don't even remember what was the cylinder. 32 vertices. Maybe I don't need that many. Maybe I can... Because this is gonna be like a low poly game anyway. Maybe I can do it with less. What about 16? Maybe this is totally fine as well. Then I have also less vertices. Less for the collider to do. Yeah, I'm gonna go with smaller is better philosophy. Let's see. Yeah, I'll make this 4. Oh, whoops. Wrong. I think I deleted the wrong thing. No? Yeah. I don't know what's this awful ring that keeps flashing. It's some terrible Blender default thing. I don't know what's going on there, by the way. Okay, I'm gonna go with the 0.9. Oh. No, the inset. Oh, the inset is going to be 0. Wait, let me. I want to apply scale first. And I also want to make it shorter. Apply scale. And now I can make the inset. It goes like. Okay, let's go with 15 centimeters. Yeah, maybe. That should be enough for the GI not to work. Okay. Okay, and finally, I'm just gonna merge by distance everything. And yeah, I need to make it smooth. This is gonna be face. Normals, auto smooth. Okay. And I'm gonna make another piece, which is going to be the porthole. So let's make a new cylinder. I'm gonna make it 12-sided. I'm gonna punch a hole in the side of this module. And for that, I'm going to use geometry nodes. Come on, come on. Why doesn't it? Oh yeah, because it's not set up to be a vertex. Nope, that's not it. Snap to active. What the hell? Why doesn't it work? Exclude non-selectable. Move, rotate. Snap with active. Ah, there it is. It works. Okay, cool. So let's go with geometry node. Geometry node. Whoops, wrong one. Geometry nodes. Okay, new one. I'm gonna add a boolean, and that's going to be. Oh no, not boolean value, but boolean mesh boolean. Okay. Object info. I'm gonna pass in the other cylinder. Porthole. Okay. Module window. Let's say. Oh yeah, let's say tube window. Porthole. Okay, I'm gonna pass in the porthole, and I'm gonna say it's gonna be mesh 1, mesh 2, and then this, and it's gonna be the difference, right? That's the one. Nope. Not difference. Union. Oh right. I also need to grab the transform. No. I am a bit confused about this. Hold tolerant. Union. Interesting. Yeah, it actually is only taking the the geometry, not the location, and the. So I guess. Yeah, this is weird. It doesn't actually take the transform. Actually, it would have been easier if I just used a boolean like this. So let's not use the geometry node for now. Let's just use this. I'm gonna take porthole. There it is. we have a hole. It has completely fucked up the normals, but that's fine. Self-interact, hold tolerant. What does hold tolerant mean? I have no idea. Fast and exact. Any difference? Not really. Okay, so let's try exporting with the porthole. So we have a tube, and we have a tube porthole. I'm gonna export as GLTF, lim space. No, that's not there. Lim space, and I'm gonna directly output here, but I'm only going to include selected objects, and I'm gonna remember export settings, and that's about it, I think. Okay, let's see what happens if I go to Godot now. Okay, so we have two objects, but they're packed inside the same object. So how do I split them? Do I need to export each one separately? New inherited. Yeah, this is confusing about Godot. I remember this being confusing. Extremely confusing. Tube 2. Why is it called Tube 2? Okay, let's try to make a new mesh instance. But I'm only going to load no, that doesn't work like this. Nope. So what is this actually? Can I unpack? Okay, new inherited. Tube porthole. You know what? I'm just gonna export the whole thing. Separately. That's what I meant. Because I don't understand how this works. If I open it, if I create new inherited, okay, what is this mesh? Can I grab a link to this mesh somehow? Copy value. Copy property path. I only want to use this mesh. That's what I want. And can I paste? I can't. Tube cylinder. Okay. This is the weird Godot Mesh Explorer. Ensure targets. Okay. So can I grab an individual mesh from this GLB? That's my question now. New placeholder mesh. Because this is already it's crazy because this is already in the project, so it should be referenceable here, but for some reason it's not. If you do it like this, it is. Can I break this up? Instantiate child scene. Make local, there it is. Okay, so it's about making local. And now I can actually use it separately. But is this actually a linked mesh? You know, that's the thing. I have no idea. I have no idea if this is now a thing that lives outside. Delete node, yes. Okay, there it is. Okay, so now we only have the porthole. Okay, what happens if I change the porthole mesh? Wait, this is not the porthole. Oh fuck, I picked the wrong mesh. Okay. Make local porthole. Wait. What the hell? Wait, what? Why did it not export with the porthole? What? I'm confused. This should be the porthole. Maybe it's not exporting with okay, first let me add this to quick favorite so that I don't have to call it every time. Did it not apply apply modifiers? It should by default. Apply modifiers. It's turned off by default. Are you kidding me? Okay. Terrible. There it is. Okay, so as we can see, that did not update this tube porthole. Okay. So there is the porthole, but it did not update the porthole of the individual mesh. So how do I work with sub objects then? I have to keep them linked somehow to the original scene. So that means the only choice is to individually export everything and when you want to export. Yeah, this is annoying. So now I need to have them as like tube porthole. I don't know, maybe I'm missing something. I hope I am. Oh, and it actually keeps the pivot. Are you kidding me? Okay. This is why is it so weird? And by the way, I'm going to like leave in 10 minutes because I have to sleep. But I was expecting that okay, I don't know. How do you work with models in multiple objects in model Godot? How to spawn multiple in different locations? How can I import an object with multiple meshes in Godot? You can separate chunks in Blender, so each chunk will be no. I don't know. How do you actually deal with many objects inside one model exported model? Does Godot maybe want you to export like in Blender? So for example, if I add a material now and I say this is some metallic or something. Hello, Casper. Let's go with red. A nice red color. Okay. Tube. Let's just call it tube. And I export this. Into tube. And as we can see, oh yeah. This one changes the material, but not the other one. Oh, that's some nice GI from the red tube, by the way. But yeah, this means that the link is completely destroyed. I don't know how can you actually set the pivot, apply root scale, ensure targets, create. Can I at least import, but not have them offset? Or you need to inherit it. If you inherit and then create a new resource, is that actually going to change? Yeah, I'm gonna look into this. I'm gonna look into this tomorrow. Because yeah, for now I'm just gonna keep it. I'm gonna put it. Yeah, well, I'm just gonna do it like this. Because this is just a quick test. So if you have like a porthole and you just attach everything in a line with no gaps, well, now I need to have another thing. I need to have another object. This is actually the wrong. Yeah, this is the detached pieces. Oh, this is actually a single object. Okay. And let's put the porthole like this. Yeah, I actually have to export without the gap. Let's put this to 0, and this is gonna be at what is the size of it? 2. Yeah, let's do it like this. Wait, but this is slightly offset. So something like this. Okay. Yeah, let me actually just move it so that it exports nicely. There it is. Okay, and then if one of these is actually rotated, so wait a minute, where's the porthole? Ah, the porthole disappeared because I moved it. Okay, there it is. Okay, so we have these two. There is a gap. And I'm actually going to rotate this one so that there is no hole. And I'm gonna rotate these ones as well so that there is no hole. Wait, where are the holes? Why do the holes keep disappearing? What's going on here? Did I just make a Did I? Wait. Wait a minute. Okay, what the hell? Wait, I made a copy. And the copy did not keep the reference to the same mesh. Is that what's happening here? Is it possible that it works like this? Okay, I'm completely confused. There definitely isn't a porthole here. There's a porthole here, but not here. So these are actual copies and not duplicates of references to the meshes. Okay, this is ridiculous. If that's the case. How do you even work with assets then in Godot? I'm just completely confused. So if I put this box here and I export that. Wait, it does have a box? Okay, am I just actually blind that I don't see the porthole? The porthole should be here. What is going on? Okay, there is it on this side. But in this mesh it doesn't exist. How? Where the hell is the porthole? I'm confused. I'm so confused. Okay, let's remove this tube porthole because that one is completely. Can I actually save this into lim space blend file? Let's see what happens now. Oh, it doesn't read the blend files. Okay. You make a copy of this, a duplicate. It does have a porthole. This one, for some reason, doesn't have a porthole. This is the strangest thing I've ever seen. Okay. Let's remove everything. Let's remove everything. I'm gonna remove this one. Re-export the two objects. Okay. So I duplicate. Okay, let's make a little test here. Let's make the porthole actually go all the way to the other side, like this. So what happens now? Is it gonna update? Look, that it happened again. So it updated in this mesh, but not in this one. What the hell? So every time you copy an object, it will create a duplicate. It won't actually reference the previous one. Is this the new rally stage rally in space? Yes, of course. Okay, this is extremely confusing. So how can I even work with multiple meshes? I don't understand. With the same mesh with multiple objects. I'm completely confused here. Maybe I'm using a wrong key or something. Like maybe I'm saying Control D duplicates. but it doesn't create an instance. Maybe there's something weird with the GLB. It doesn't, yeah, but it doesn't make any sense. It should update the mesh. Okay, let's try this. Let's see if it even renders. Okay, it's black. It's completely black from the inside. There's not even any red visible. What the hell? Why is the material black? And why is there no sun? Why is the top surface not lit? Maybe because the sun should be in the scene. Is that it? If I... Where's the sun? Sun, oh yeah, the environment, add sun to scene. Directional light 3D. Okay, there it is. It does have sun. Let's reset the camera. It's weird how it behaves differently between the build and the editor. That's something that I really don't like, because who knows how many things don't work like this. And it's still darker. Okay, so how do I duplicate and keep the reference to the original object? I don't. Is there some kind of a duplicate but don't make local thing? And why is it now locked to the grid? Did I accidentally click something? I must have. Okay, let me try this. Oh wow. Okay, that is actually pretty cool. Like, the porthole is lighting up the rest, but okay, let's see if this is, if there's a way to configure the environment to be smaller. SSIL, is that the global illumination? Maybe it wasn't on at all. Radius 5 meters. Intensity, no, this is something different. Oh, this is the screen space. Yeah, I want the GI, the SDF. Have you tried creating a scene for the tube? Then you can instantiate it many times, maintaining the changes. Aha, that's how it works. New inherited scene, is that the way to do it? like this. And then what do I do now? How do I save this? Aha, this is it, I guess. It keeps a path to the mesh. That's where it gets it, and then it gets the mesh from here. I see that you have a GLB file, but not a TCN file. I don't know if Godot is taking the... Can't try that. Yeah, apparently it does, but it's... Okay, so I guess I should make this into a scene, but how do I actually save it into a scene? Is there like a save button somewhere that I don't see? Attach a new or existing. Or I have to do it like this. Save branches scene. Do I do that? Can't save the root as an instantiated scene. Duplicate it using the file system to create new inherited scene instead. That's what I did. That's what I did. New inherited scene. When it says unsaved. Aha, save scene. Okay. So I say tube. That's it. Okay. Okay. So I guess now I can use it. Oh. What did I do? I deleted the camera. Why is it skipping? Use snap. Ah, there it is. Okay. So now it's not snapping. Okay, let's see. So now, if I duplicate this... what happens? Oh, I saved instead. If I duplicate... I duplicate... let's see what happens. And then I change my tube. I export GLTF. Ah, there it is. So now it has two tubes. Okay, yeah. So I guess you need to import, when you import the GLB, you have to create a new scene. So it's kind of like turning your mesh into a prefab. I got it. Okay, what if I now add a new thing? Is it going to actually save it or not? Okay, it does. Nice. Okay, I think I got it. I think I got it how it works. There it is. Okay, let's see how that looks like. I'm pretty new to Godot, but I'd create a new 3D scene. Then add a tube mesh to the node 3D and then save it as a scene. Yeah, I see. That's what I did essentially. There it is. Looks like we have some light inside. And I'm not sure if it's actually leaking or not. Okay. Let's see, where's my camera? Maybe it is leaking. Okay, what if I put my camera inside the wall? Will I be able to see the... This is a little bit of a hack. Well, not on that side, but maybe on the other side. You can see a little bit of a shadow, but not really the voxels. Okay. So, can you see the difference if you reduce the voxels? I wonder. Okay. Let's see. Where is my... I think it was in environment. Use occlusion. What does use occlusion mean? It is a lot better. It is a lot better. There it is. But what is exactly the... minimum cell size is 0.2. And my wall thickness is actually 115. Let's see what happens if I make it smaller. And maximum radius is actually smaller because my space station is going to be maybe not more than 50 meters long. We have something new now. Not bad. We can see this reflection of the porthole. I wonder how it looks like in the movement, but I don't have time to make movement now. But that looks promising, I would say. I like how it looks like. Tip, you can start the game with F5 and stop with F8. Thank you. Okay, what if I use one of the tubes? To block off the light. It does not change. It should block off the light, but it's not magical. It's not as magical as I would think. There it is. Okay, so maybe it's too far away. Now we have it thinks that it's too far away. Maybe it's the cascades now that's the problem. Okay, so if I did rebuild, it did actually recalculate the lighting. So maybe it's not so magically real time after all. Maybe there is some caching going on. Yeah, and the outside is still looks pretty good. Okay, what if I now remove the box? Aha, they did recalculate. Nice. I think this is gonna look pretty good, even with the weird but I would really love to see it in motion, actually. What happens if you rotate the camera and stuff? And I can't really see that when it's this static scene. I wonder what happens if you move in motion. Like, you know, what if this was inside of the spacecraft? That looks pretty cool. There is definitely reflections going on. Let's see. Let's see how often it actually recalculates. That's pretty impressive, you know. This is some cool real-time GI. Wait, there are two cameras? Why are there two cameras? Did I accidentally make two of them? Ah, you can see it rebuilding the lighting, but that's fine. I think for this game it's gonna be just fine. Okay, so I haven't done any code at all. I was just trying out stuff, and yeah, let's try making something tomorrow. It surprisingly looks good as a planet. Even if it's just like blue color and black sky. Can I make it a little bit glow? Okay. Can you actually make the sun look really cool, like shiny? Okay, there's the sun. There's the sun. Can you go outside of the range? No? You can't go outside of the range? Okay, what about strength? Bloom. Okay, there's bloom. The sun looks disappointing. The sun should be like blinding. That's what I want to achieve. Why is it soft light and what edit and not additive? This kind of seems strange. Glow. The strange thing is that glow actually adds glow adds to the lighting. It doesn't just make the bright spots bloom. That is really strange. Can I make like a ridiculously extremely bright material? Let's do mesh instance, and I'm gonna make well, not okay, well, yeah, let's do that. Let's actually parent it to the light. Um, okay. So it's, come on, what's going on? Let's do a sphere. Let's make smaller number of segments. 8. 816. That's enough. Is hemisphere? No, I don't want hemisphere. Material. Let's do a new standard. Ah, here are the material properties. How did I not see them before? Strange. Okay, let's do emission on. And let's make it ridiculously emittable. Okay, that it doesn't bloom. Even if its energy multiplier is like ridiculous. Does it bloom? It doesn't. Strange. Strange. It should be like bright glowing. Okay, now it does if I add additive. And it's ugly as hell. HDR threshold. Is it actually even outputting HDR? Or not? Ah, there it is. Now we have some bloom, finally. Okay, so why is it soft light by default? That seems weird. Maybe screen. No. Yeah, this is what I want. This is what I want, but let's make it less so that the sun actually glows. Oh, even gizmos glow. Great. Cool. What the hell is strength and what is intensity? Why are those two different things? I have too many questions. Okay, so strength is kind of like a radius or something. It has this weird square shape. Okay, something like this. But the weird square shape is weird. Why is the light square? I don't know. I wonder the same thing. It's probably the algorithm they're using, the shader they're using, that's creating like a. is probably like an XY thing which creates a smooth rectangle. And it's also flickering. Yeah, great. Okay. Conclusion, Godot doesn't have very good bloom effect. There you go. And the sun looks terrible. This little spot over there. So that's why it would be nice to replace it with something else. Okay, but yeah, so far, I don't know. I think we can work with that. Can I just add some camera movement? Okay, super quickly. Okay, I know that I need to wake up in 3 hours, but create. How do you see? Create script. Create script. I know that there's something here. Script. There it is. New script. Should I use GD script or C sharp? C sharp. Here it's camera 3D. Class name not available. Why? Template. Default. Path. Okay, let's call it cam controller. Camera controller. Failed to create C# project. Okay, nice. Doesn't have any intelligence here. But can I actually use... Oh, I don't have Visual Studio here. Damn. Okay, this is gonna make me so slow. Let's try coding. Okay, let's just mentally gymnastics. Okay, let's actually do... Okay. Delete. Let's make a GD script. Okay. Camera controller. Create. Okay, let's see. How does this work? Oh my god, what is this pass keyword? Okay, does it have any intelligence? It does. Okay, how do I get transform? Translate. Ah, I am inheriting everything, right? Is there time dot now? Time. Delta time. How do I get delta time? Get process delta time. Is that it? There's probably no semicolons as well. What's going on here? Invalid argument for translate. I need the vector 3. What's a vector? Vector 3, how do you create it? Do you create it like this? Time. There's no delta time. Okay. Godot delta time. The delta variable. Okay. Oh, this is initialize. Let's not do initialize. Ah, the delta. That's it. I'm stupid. Okay. Let's just do delta 0 0. And this is gonna be pass. What does it say? No, that's fine. It has compiled. Let's see what happens now. Oh my god, it's moving. Okay, we have a little movage going on. Let's do that with Z instead. And I'm gonna send it through the tube. Like this. Oh, it's actually moving in local space. Why? Okay, I guess let's translate. 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 Does it have some kind of optional thing to specify whether you want? No, it doesn't. Okay, Godot translates world space. Transform origin. Looks like an interesting. The ready function is the start function in Unity, and the process is the update function. I've heard bad things about Godot scripting editor because the autocomplete is odd. You might want to read the doc. Yeah, I think tomorrow I'm just gonna install Visual Studio and use C#. Okay, yeah, let's actually orient towards forward and see how that goes. And that's it. And that's it for today. Oh, and I should do it the other way. Minus. Okay. And I'm gonna strike the side. There we go. Looks good. Yeah, you can see the GI voxels updating, and something has appeared there on the side as well. Not bad. Okay, let's see how this looks like going through here, through this passage. Is it also gonna have voxels updating? That looks terrible. Yeah, of course it is. Of course it has voxels updating. What if I add the other stuff? Like, I only am using SDFGI. Let's do SSIL, whatever that is. Screen space illumination, I guess. SSR, why not? Just crank up everything. Tone map. Yeah, that's nothing. Background. Glow. Yeah, we have everything on. Volumetric fog. I'm not gonna use it. It's space. I'm not gonna use it. Okay. There we go. Well, no, it's not. Anyways, any more stable at all. I'm just going to have to live with. I hope that as soon as I add more stuff into the scene, that it's gonna be more. It's gonna be more stable. but I have to say this looks pretty impressive already with the GI. Okay, let's me add. What did I want? I just got an idea and it evaporated. Okay, what if there is a gap? Nice. You can see the reflected light here. Yeah, now I want to just put a lot of like rigid bodies inside this. But I don't know how to do rigid bodies. Is this going to work? Like, of course you can't just make a rigid body. Okay, rigid body. No, not inside the tube. And then do what? Collision object. Collision, I don't know. Does it need an attached 3D object? Instance. Mesh instance. I'm gonna reuse the cube. Can I copy just like this? Okay, why is it complaining? This node has no shape. Shape. Collision shape. What does it now complain? This object does not have provided. There must be a shape. New box shape. There it is. Okay. Oh, it falls through. Okay. Okay. Well, yeah, I have to make this into a... yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna do this. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. There's some stuff inside here in the chat. Let me read it and then I'm gonna go. You can press control to, like, if you hold control, I want to recreate this in the engine I use. It looks cool here. Do you have GI in your engine? Wait, what engine are you from? You seem more familiar with the rigid body model than with Unity, where the rigid body is a component. Well, I have... Yeah, I am coming from Unity, but I know that Godot. I made one game in Godot long time ago, though. I remember that it had this like upside down model where you create a rigid body and then you put a mesh onto it. Yeah, but also I have my own C++ engine, and I'm working on a new Zig engine. And my own engine it doesn't even have an object that, I simply bind rigid body to a mesh transform, and that's how it works. And then I update the position of the mesh through the rigid body. The engine I use has GI. Which engine is that? I don't know. So if I put two cubes, are they gonna flip out? Let's see. No. But yeah, let's also kill gravity. Where is my physics shit? Inertia. Gravity scale 0. Oh, not minus. Okay. 0. There we go. We have some boxes. We have some garbage in our... Okay, well, this probably I should have made it into a scene, right? Let's call this... turn it into a scene. How do I do this? Save branch as scene. Clutter box. There you go. And now I can instantiate this everywhere. So I'm wondering if I block the GI, is it actually going to like be reflected? Because it's a dynamic object. It should. Proving that it's a real-time global illumination system. Okay. Let's try to block off the light. So now it shouldn't have it. Yeah, you can see that it turns darker. But yeah, it's still pretty bright because of the exit here on the end. Let's put a few more of these just to block off the light. In a more natural way. It's a giant space station. There's some light leaking. But look, it's pitch black. That is actually impressive. It's pitch black around me, but the further you go, the precision reduces of the voxels. So yeah, it actually becomes brighter later on, which is weird. But yeah, what can we do? It's not magic. The weirdest thing is actually this bloom, which just looks fucking awful when you look towards the sun, and it looks square. But I mean, the Earth actually looks cool from the distance. Okay, and now we have some clutter inside. Yeah, let's make a game tomorrow. So that's it. That's it for now. I'm using Flex Engine. Yeah, what is Flex Engine like? I've heard about it, but I haven't tried it. A true game changer. Best development performance. Yeah, I've only seen these pretty images. That's all I've seen. But so what do you think about it? Is it good? Should I use it? It has C#, right? Oh no, this is games from scratch. He's just reading websites. Flex engine. Is there anything that's not games from scratch? Uh, trying Flex engine for the first time. First impressions. Why is it terrible? Materials. I'll test the tube scene like that in Flex. The way I tested was to see if a colored block would reflect into a partially closed window. Yeah. Nice lens flares. Uh, Picture in picture. Yeah, I haven't actually tested 3D cameras, like remote cameras, because that's absolutely something that I will need in Godot. If you will encounter issues or small kinks in workflow, and two. Okay, if I have to sum up Flex, it compiles very fast engine scripts. It supports C++ and C Sharp in the same project. So it's pretty good graphics out of the box, but it's still in active development, which means two things. If you will encounter issues or small kinks in workflow, two, it's very easy to get your own features or ideas into the engine. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like it because I know how to fix the issues. um, yeah, but are you a developer actually on it? Or did you just recently start using it because of Unity? Because of Unity, the Unity drama. Yeah, I should definitely try it. I've been using it since April. I contribute, yes, and I'm making a game with it. Nice. CPU and GPU. Actually, my goal for this game is to just make like a, almost like a PS1, very simple, very simple thing. Style, style wise, not to make it too realistic. Just to have something of a jam game. But yeah, I'm gonna shut it down for now. But maybe in the future, I might make something with it. I want to fiddle with graphics more. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna go. Have to sleep. Waking up at 6:30. Which is in 3 hours. Great. Cool. Okay. So yes, thanks for being here on the stream. Right now the GI does have some issues with thickening, but Mafi, the one guy who makes the engine, is planning to update GI in version 1.8. I think that the space station geometry tube with the hole is probably the hardest thing for GI, like the voxel based real-time GI to do, because it's voxel based and voxels don't fit really well in a tube. And another thing is that because it's a metal tube, it should be very thin, but you can't make it too thin because Yeah, because of the voxels. So yeah, it is kind of a ultimate challenge of voxel. Flex uses probe-based GI. So are the probes manually placed? DDGI probe. What is it? So these are like manually placed. If they're manually placed, but they actually be moved? That's the auto placed. Okay, they are auto placed. In Flex, it's auto placed. Okay. Yeah, I guess, you know, if you could attach the probes to objects, that would actually solve my issue with moving space station components. Because imagine that you can move space station components around, and you still have this like consistent GI inside it, right? That doesn't move. That you don't visibly see voxels moving. That would be cool. The probes are automatically placed around objects. Aha, I see. Is there any flex GI? No. Flex seed. Global illumination. One year ago. This actually makes me inspired to try it. Flex YouTube, because yeah, I know it's I've noticed when I was googling for Flex, then I saw these like impressive showcases they have, but then the user content is lacking. Like, this is all impressive. This is all pretty cool. And this is 2022. Oh. Third person movement. Oh, that's the same guy. Okay, anyway, I have to go. Thanks for being on the stream, and tomorrow I'll continue, hopefully. See you. Oh, by the way, the pros are okay. Flex YouTube content. Yeah, I can you make you a video tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, sure. If you can test the tube with a porthole scenario, then sure. Yeah. See you. Bye.